Hi Dee. I'm at the very end of these small woods. It's the well, it used to be an open field. At the end of the small woods, that's the end of the swamp right there. And it's still full of these little sticks. Let me back off a little bit. But there's bent trees being held down by other trees that they sit here, and these are just leaned up against. Bent trees, little bent trees. And all of those are bent and placed all in the same spot over there like a little teepee. I'm missing something. I just have this feeling that I'm missing something so obvious when they look at it. When they look through the woods, they're not seeing what I'm seeing. I'm missing something. Let's rip the stick. I can just tell. Leaned way up there into that little crotch. They're doing something. They're here for a reason. They're seeing something I can't understand. And it's just like a word that's on the tip of your tongue, and it's so obvious that I can't see it. I want to know and understand. I want to see them make these stick structures. I want to actually see what's doing it. And I want to talk to them and ask them why. But I know that I'm staring down a rabbit hole, because once I proved the paranormal to myself and got pictures of ghosts, got voices of them talking back to me, now I can't prove to myself at all what they really are. But I'm missing something. So obvious. Why are they doing that? And I still can easily say it could be leprechauns, pink bunnies. Why did they all of a sudden last year come in here and start doing this? All of this. I'm missing it. And it's driving me insane. That's the road right out there. And I'm sure I'm not going to get... Look, Dee, I'm making a video and, airplane. I'm not going to get the answers. Even if I actually see one with my own eyes like I want to, I'm not going to get the answers I want. But what the hell are they doing? So intricate. It's got to mean something. All of these little sticks everywhere. But I guess it could be as easy as for me to read Chinese. I can't. Japanese, Arabic. That all I know means something, but I can't read it. And I'm pretty sure this is under that category. Yes, it means something, but because I don't have the base knowledge, I'm never going to understand it. But I really, really want to see them do it. This end of the wood is just full of those sticks. It's like the other end in between the houses is still full of those little sticks. They don't leave footprints or ruffle up those leaves. Or any discernible path. They don't follow the same path every time. And I walk down along the swamp because the swamp has the algae in it and a lot of mud, trying to see if they actually cross that swamp. And I'm guessing that unless they really want to leave a footprint, they don't. Or they just don't walk through the swamp. For all I know, they could be completely invisible from a different multiverse. Maybe they just portal in here, let their babies all play. Sticks between trees everywhere. And then they open the portal. Oh, come on back. It's time to come home. And that's why you can't follow them anywhere. But you know, there's two big long sticks. There's a stick crossing them. There's another stick crossing them. But they on purposely put two sticks together. There's another little stick right there. But they on purposely leaned those two sticks on this living one to keep it bent. And you see that happening a lot of places where they have jammed a log or a tree or whatever between two other trees to keep another tree bent over. This is another one. This is a tree that's bent right at the bottom. And here's another one of those A-shaped things. It's small little sticks, but it's an A shape with another one coming across the middle. They're like making a capital A. They do that a lot too. But I'm missing something, like I keep saying. And I come walking out in the woods today, and I just have that feeling that if I had one tiny little piece of knowledge, an understanding. You see this stick right here is alive. This one that's bent. And they took that big log and put the crotch on it to bend it and keep it bent. But there's another A. See that big A right there? For some reason, I notice a lot of those A shapes now because I'm trying to make a language out of it, I guess. I don't know. I'm not sure. But there's bent, broken sticks in this end all over the place. All that little stuff that's down near my path. But there's also most of the poison ivy's gone now, thank God. But there's also some of the bigger stuff. There's quite a big tree. Now this one here has gone up through, and this has been a long time. If you zoom in, you'll see that tree is staying alive, even being bent through those branches up there. And that's been years and years it's been like that. So I'm going to say that's kind of natural because most of this did not happen until recently. But now, yeah, that one's probably right there in the middle. That one's probably 35 or 40 feet long. It's bigger and heavier than I really want to put up there. I probably could do it, but there are some bigger ones, and you can see the bigger leaning ones. And there's a lot of these smaller ones. But I'm missing something. And I can't say that I'm missing something that is important to me, other than, I don't know if you feel this way, but I don't want anybody else to know they're here. I feel very protective of them for some reason. I don't want them to rely on me. I don't want them to come right up to my house, because I'm going to move in about maybe a year and a quarter now. A year and a few months. I'm going to turn 62, and I'm going to go from New York, and I'm going to move to Maine, because that's where I feel I should be. But I'm going to miss them, and I don't want other people to know they're here. And I feel very protective of them. I didn't think I would, because at first I sent pictures and stuff to the BFRO, and they sent somebody out here eventually, but now I wish I didn't. As much as I love sharing this stuff, I'm hoping that they can go along peaceful after I leave, and nobody comes out here messing with them, tearing down all of their structures and making them not want to be here. I try to be inviting, even though I have a camera and they don't want to be seen. I try to be inviting. I'm just rambling, but today I just feel like if I had one more piece of knowledge, or like one person to point this out, say this means this and that means that, from a tiny little bit of understanding what they're doing, I could probably go right down the line and figure the rest of it out. I need that Rosetta Stone thing. But I just don't have that one little piece of knowledge. And I keep walking through this end, because this end has got some like bare ground. They don't expect anybody to walk back here. Maybe I'll find a footprint. But it seems like the footprints that I've found have all been seemingly on purposely left for me to find. I like to feel, I guess, that I'm pretty observant. I know these woods quite well. But for all of the little things wrapped around and jammed into these trees, I cannot find the cause of it or the meaning of it. I keep calling this a nursery, and that they just come in here and they must be awfully small, because a lot of the stuff in the beginning was only like a foot long. Not something like a grown-up would do, be it a Sasquatch or a grown-up person. This out here, I used to call it the lean-to. Looked like they tried to make a lean-to, but guess this got too wet, or they added too much stuff. It got too heavy, and that broke, so it's not up anymore. But this pine tree is still being held down. It's still partially alive. Okay, the other one over there, they shoved that one to the ground, but this one, they leaned over and then propped all this stuff against it to keep it held down, like I was showing you they do before. There's so many things. Now I'm walking back in, but that structure right in the middle, that structure is the one that I made, and just on the other side of that, you can see right there in the middle, I'm going back and forth, is the pine tree I found initially. I wasn't going to turn this into a big investigation, but I wanted to come back over here and see. Talk about footprints. Right there at the end of my stick, that part right there is a heel, and then it splays out, and it's not very big. Here's my foot comparatively. Let's see if I can make the camera see it in any way. I guess that's probably the best part right there, where you can see that it's a footprint, but it's only like the size of my footprint. Could be a human, but as you can see me walking around right here, I'm definitely not leaving a 3-inch deep impression in the ground. But anyway, what I wanted to show you is over here. And it doesn't. Something pecked into that egg, but they did not take the eggs, or the apple, or the rocks, or the horn. And they have not taken this apple that that little structure right there is not tied on at all. It's just gravity being held there by that apple. So I'm not sure, maybe they know if they take that apple off it's going to fall. They could be a whole hell of a lot smarter than we think they are. But that's my rambling for the day. I don't know what all this means, but it means something. I can tell it means something. And there's my happy tree, my first tree. So have a good day.